Good afternoon, YouTube family. Martinez Country Home here. This is going to be a quick video. Actually, this is my second time trying to shoot this video. For some reason, I guess my phone was full or whatever. But um, anyway, today's Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. So, what I'm going to talk about right now, guys, is I was watching RTD, Rethinking the Dollar with Mike. Um, and he was talking about how uh, Vladimir Putin from Russia just announced that they will be selling all their LNG with rubles. They will be accepting only rubles. And so his thinking is that um, his thinking was that um, why are they going to accept what he called compromised currency from basically from their enemies. Um, so he will be selling his what basically is a petro ruble. Um, the reason really I'm sure a lot of y'all have already heard of this happening, but um, last week, China, Saudi Arabia announced that they're thinking about selling their oil in yuan, right? With basically the petro yuan. And the reason I'm making this video, guys, is because when what got me to start prepping was when I found out how our financial system worked. When I learned about the petrodollar, about the U.S. dollar being the world reserve currency, and how they were just basically the Federal Reserve was in 2008 had basically just bailed out all these banks, right? And it just let me know how shaky ground our economy was. So watching all this going on, all these developments with the petro ruble, with the petro yuan, um, it's almost a little surreal for me because the reasons that I started to prep, uh, they're 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 happening. The things that I was expecting, um, they're happening right in front of my face. Now, sometimes, um, not to give these people a lot of credit, right? The ruling class, right? Quote unquote, the ruling class, but it seems to me like everything they do is 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 for a reason, right? They always have ulterior motives, and you know, I feel my opinion, my personal opinion is that all these governments around the world, the ruling governments, it's basically um, it's basically them against us. The central banks, the ruling class, right? They're part of the ruling class because they literally create the money. Um, so I feel like this is leading to a Hegelian dialectic. Okay, um, the United States, our dollar is being, and it has been it's been being devalued for years. Excuse me, for years and years. And with the health crisis, with the war against with Russia and Ukraine, now this with Saudi Arabia possibly selling the oil, or maybe they're already doing it, selling the oil in yuan, and Russia selling their gas, their liquid natural gas, and with asking for rubles, as well as India and China already, from what I understand, conducting trade in their own currencies, right? Bypassing the petrodollar. I mean, I'm sorry, the U.S. dollar. Um, I almost feel like this is being done on purpose. It, and I say that because a lot of the policies that Joe Biden is passing, and um, he's buying now. They made some kind of deal with Iran where they're gonna buy Iranian oil, which is very excuse me, is very sour, from what I understand, just like Venezuelan oil. Um, Instead of using our own oil, drilling for our own oil here in on U.S. On U.S. soil, uh, it's making things worse. So I feel like these things are being done on purpose. and it's gonna and what's happening, guys, is they're gonna drive us to accept the digital dollar that they're talking about. Once the means of exchange are taken out of our hands, guys, um, it's gonna be very hard for us to win our freedom. Uh, it's gonna get very ugly. It may be at first, so the dollar's gonna crash. They're gonna crash the dollar. It's gonna lose all value, or some cataclysmic thing is gonna happen, and they're gonna say that the only way that they can, that they can help, or that the only thing that we can do is turn to digital currency. I feel that that is what they're gonna do. So when I started to prep, the only thing I see, the only thing I thought was that they're gonna crash it, and and you know I didn't understand that they could do so many things, prolonging it, especially they've prolonged it for so long. um so meaning the Federal Reserve, in 2008 everything should have collapsed, guys. If you go, if you look at everything on paper, a process, right? If this happens, then this happens. Well, the Federal Reserve and the government just changed the rules, and so they kept this thing going, instead of letting the big banks fail and go out of business. But since then I've come to understand how these people, they basically run everything. They run everything. They make all the rules, the processes, and it's very hard to get around that. um so I feel like they're gonna put they're gonna bring a Hegelian dialectic. They're gonna create the problem, and they're gonna create this problem because they have a solution in mind, and that solution in mind that they have, the people are gonna beg for it when they can't buy no food, when they can't buy no gas, when they can't pay their light bill or their water bill, whatever. uh it's gonna it People are gonna probably beg for this digital dollar. That's what I'm thinking. um and they're gonna have it ready to go, you know so um I think that's gonna happen, guys. And so the point of this video is that I'm seeing, at the time when I woke up, I had no idea about the digital dollar. I did I In the years since then, of course, I've heard where they might bring in a cashless society. If they take away our cash, guys, if they take away your cash, they're taking away your freedom. They're gonna have total control over you, because in order for you to be able to basically buy anything, you're gonna have to use their system. Now, people might say, well, there's gonna be rules, and they can't do that. They can't just take away your money, or they can't shut it off. Well, you know what, they shut down Russia. Um, they sanction Russia, and what's gonna happen, guys, when you don't play by their rules, or you're not doing what they want, they're gonna sanction you. They're gonna sanction me. They're gonna sanction our that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna sanction us, and they're gonna shut off our little mini economy. That's what they're gonna do, guys. So it's very important, guys, that you prep. Um, the plans that I had in my head when I woke up, when I quote unquote woke up, I wanted to get out into the country. I wanted to, stockpile certain things. I wanted to, be able to have some kind of cushion in case something happened. And it's almost, I feel it a blessing that all those things that I wanted to do, because of what I felt was coming, I was able to accomplish those things. I was able to move my family from out of the city and out into the country. And now these things are happening, and I'm like, I can't help but feel, uh not excitement, that's not even the word, but some kind of like satisfaction, that some kind of relief, that the plans that I made, because I was expecting A or B to happen, those things A and B are actually happening. So uh, anyway, guys, just keep an eye on this development with the ruble and the yuan. I think they're being done on purpose. I think they're being done with the blessings, honestly, in the background of the United States federal government, along with the central bankers. They might say that they're I mean it. If you step back and look at it, it looks like they're doing it on purpose. All these things that are hurting America, they're not hurting the. All these sanctions are not hurting Russia. They're not hurting anybody. The only thing they're hurting are the people. It's not hurting their government. It's hurting the people, and it's hurting us. So I just thought I wanted to share that with y'all guys. Keep an eye on this and that digital dollar. Once that happens, guys, think about it. You're not the things that we're prepping for. If these digital dollars come into play or whatever, maybe we might not be allowed to buy these things. You know, um, freedom pellets, freedom seeds, boomsticks, uh, food in bulk. I think they would stop that. Not saying they are, but they can. And if you think about it, guys, once they have all that control, you think they're gonna give it up? They're not gonna give it up. I don't know. It's not good. It's not a good development. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Um, to share that the reasons that I started to prep, these things are happening, and you need to speed up and keep on stocking up, guys, in all the things that you need for everyday life. Okay. Um. Anyway, guys, y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. God bless.